Yeah, we're a stage 2 response, so pretty much every search we've ever done has been previously searched. We're never really the first person to search an area.
All right, guys, good news. Help is here. The search professionals are here to save the day. Our backup team of search has arrived. What search techniques will they bring to bear? Let's learn more.
And can you describe sort of, sort of the difference between what you do as far as searching is concerned and sort of looking or making observations or things of that?
I think our training is a lot different than maybe the regular patrolman or trooper responding. There's not much training provided anymore in the academies.
Fair enough.
We do extensive training through a lot of the search and rescue groups that we're a part of, which would be the National Association for Search and Rescue, which is NASAR. We do search and rescue initial actions. We do line searching, managing lost person incidents. We do multiple trainings a month with a team, which is different than what other personnel would get. I think traditionally, looking back to even my time before I was a member of CERT, a search would be, you go this way, I'll go that way. There was really no methodical approach to the search.
All right, I mean, fair enough, right? So the average patrolman probably does not get as much training as this guy because he's a specialist. This is what he does. He's a search and rescue kind of guy. He knows how to do the searching. He's gone to training. He's gone to conferences. He's read the books. He's read the manuals. He's gotten on the job training. He knows how it's supposed to be done. So surely he's going to come and show everyone the right way to conduct a search. Cool. Tell me more.
And as far as your training is concerned as it relates to this particular search, what if any sort of methodical approach develop, or what did you employ in this particular?
We gridded off or marked off the area Lieutenant Tully thought would be the best area for us to search.
You gridded it off?
So we had a starting point and an end point.
Wow.
Once all the members got on scene,
that sounds logical.
We set up a line search, or what we would call a grid search, which again would just be a slow, methodical search with all of us working in unison, moving through the area.
That sounds pretty reasonable.
How big an area was it that you initially sort of set out to?
It was just over 50 feet.
I mean, that sounds like a really good idea, right? That you do a grid search, and then also it helps to identify where specifically you found something. It's like I found it in grid whatever. So it helps also with documenting the specific location you found it. So that's nice. Sounds like a reasonable technique.
I believe from the front door, which is the left door, looking at the house from the street to the fire hydrant, I believe it was 59 feet.
59 feet, that's very precise.
That is length.
And as far as the width of the area that you were searching, about what kind of area were you searching?
It's about 3 to 4 feet was the snowdrift coming off the curb.
Now,
Okay.
As far as the information that you received prior to conducting the search, were there any items that were specifically identified as far as items that you might be looking for, or what if anything was given you in relation to that?
Yeah, Lieutenant Tully had informed us that the victim, in this case, was struck by a vehicle. He believed there would be broken pieces of taillight in the area. He also stated the victim was missing his sneaker. So he asked us to search for both of those items.
And sir, at some point, did you ask Lieutenant Tully any questions about the vehicle in question or anything in relation to that?
After we found one or two of the pieces of the taillight, I asked him if he knew how much damage was to the taillight, or if he had a photo that we could get of the
That'd be a good
taillight.
question.
Or what if anything did he tell you?
He told us at that time the vehicle was being towed back to Canton PD, so he did not have a photo to show us.
Yeah, that's not necessarily ideal. Okay, the search rescue expert has arrived, and he's like, what am I looking for? That would be a valuable thing to know. Okay, you're looking for a shoe and pieces of a taillight. Cool. Do you have pictures of the taillight so that I might get an idea of, the sizes of the pieces, how much taillight I'd be looking for, so I can have a better idea? No, the car is being towed, and no one thought to take a photograph of the taillight to help give you information on what you'd be searching for. That's brilliant work by local PD right there. Just phenomenal thinking ahead so that we can give the best possible information to the search expert so that he can do his job. Fantastic.
And at any point, did he make any reference to who was coming along with the tow at Canton PD?
He said Sergeant Buchanan and Trooper Proctor were following the vehicle back to Canton PD.
Of course it was Proctor.
You mentioned an alert that was sent out to troopers as far as to rank certain items. Can you describe for the jury sort of the process and what many tools or implements you use and sort of how that sort of.
So like I said, we moved Trooper Boussolet's vehicle to face the scene to give us some extra, use his headlights for extra lighting for the scene.
Yeah, all right.
All the team members also put on a headlamp, which would
Hey.
basically just be like a hiking headlamp.
All right.
We all had shovels. We had a couple of rakes, the smaller garden rakes, just to kind of help us sift through the snow. And I also had a small push broom to move the snow around as well.
You know, I wouldn't know for sure, but I would think that there might be better tools for searching in the snow than necessarily a rake and a push broom. I mean, this is the expert, right? This is the guy who knows exactly how to do the searches. I've been trained and specialized and go to all the meetings with all the cool search specialists. And what I've got to offer you is a standard rake and a broom. Does this guy think that he's doing curling, so he needs to broom the ice? Is that what's going on? We've mistaken it for a curling exercise? Also, I'm back to my earlier questions when it came to the issue of the leaf blower. First of all, is the broom better than leaf blower? Is that the preferred tool of the Massachusetts State Police? And also, is this broom an official state broom? Does it have a particular label, like a property label on it that identifies it? Does it have a serial number? What is the serial number of this particular broom? I have further questions regarding the broom. This is apparently the best that Massachusetts got. We're going to use a broom, people. This is the best we've got for our snow detection technology. Good. That's good work. Fantastic news.
Who said anything about sweeping? Ashes to ashes, dust to bust.
So the area that you were searching was in the area of the fire hydrant, is that correct?
We started almost directly across from the front door and moved south towards Chapman Street, towards the fire hydrant.
And to be clear, as far as the area that you were searching with shovels and the other different implements to sort of sift through the snow, where was your focus as far as the street versus the front lawn?
Our right flank was on the curb, and then we moved out across the street from there. So we were lined almost shoulder to shoulder as we moved south through the area we were searching.
Okay, sounds like a good search exercise.
Primarily searching along the roadway, is that correct?
Correct, sir.
And as far as some point did you, through the course of sort of shoveling and the removal of snow from that area, did you approach or come in contact with the area of grass in front lawn?
We did, as one of the members who was working along the curb, he started to clear some of the grass on the front lawn. Yes, sir.
Did he use the broom for that?
Did you encounter when you got to sort of grass?
It was very difficult to clear the snow. I don't think we had very good visibility on what we were moving, even with the push broom and the rake. It was very difficult to definitively.
Maybe then perhaps you should look into solutions other than a push broom and rake.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. How about you? Not a thing, sir.
You know, I can't help thinking to myself that even apparently the expert, because, hey, I've been trained and certified and, you know, been doing this for years as part of the CERT team and gotten all the manuals. I wrote the manuals, man. I'm the search expert. It almost sounds like this search expert has never heard of snow before, because it sounds suspiciously like we're still improving this thing. Hey, you know what we need to do? We need to search the snow. What can we do to do that? I don't know, a rake and a push broom. And then the search experts like the push broom was not particularly effective. You don't say. You don't say. Was this a special evidence collection broom? Was the broom sanitized before being used? Or was this a broom gotten from the police closet that might have had other dirt and particulates on it? So was there cross-contamination perhaps on the broom from when whatever janitor used it? Or is this a special CSI only broom? Does CSI have a particular model of broom that they like best broom? Which broom is best broom for CSI purposes? I need to know more. And also with the rake. I'm surprised at this point we're not just stepping on it over and over again.
Now, we referenced that only 7 members of your unit were able to respond because one got stuck in the snow in the industry. Is that correct?
Correct, sir.
And that had some impact as far as documentation of the scene. Is that correct?
Correct. Normally on a search, if I'm the overall, as a team leader, I would run what you consider a command post or be the incident commander for search.
Good.
I
Sure.
would stay behind the line and kind of document our efforts, but
You are the commander for search at the scene. That's what you want to go with. You're the guy in charge. You're the commander running the command scene. You are the most experienced, most trained, most well-versed on this. You are the leader. You are the guy supervising it. And what we've got is push brooms and rakes. Once again, have the people of Massachusetts ever seen snow before? Because it sounds suspiciously like the answer is no. The people of Massachusetts or their police department have never seen of, heard of, or conceived snow of before. They have no idea what snow is. It is a mystery to them. As we continue to improv this one step at a time.
because this was such a small search area, it wasn't really an issue because we weren't breaking people off into teams. No one was out of my sight line. And we had multiple detectives on scene that were able to fill that role for me.
The broom people?
So to that point, as far as the 7 members from your unit, in addition to the 7 members from your unit, with anyone else present for the force test?
I believe there was 5 other members. I believe there were only 2 that I recognized from the state police. I'm not sure who the other 3 were. If they were Canton detectives or Canton patrolmen, but they were all dressed in civil, plain clothes.
Wait a second. What do you mean you don't know? What do you mean you don't know who was at the search scene? What do you mean you don't know? Aren't you the supervisor? Didn't you just say that like 5 seconds ago? That you are the supervisor running the command post and you have training and experience and knowledge and you've gone to all the classes and you are the guy. You are the guy relating to searches. And you took out the time to do a grid search and everything. And now you have people walking in your crime scene and you don't know who they are? What do you mean you don't know who they are? Aren't you supposed to be supervising these people? Come on, man.
As we began to find evidence, I spoke to Lieutenant Tully and just confirmed that he was going to document everything we were recovering.
Oh, that's good news.
And evidence log.
Well, at least these guys people believe in documentation. That's nice.
Yes, they were, sir.
And the items that were photographs, were they photographs prior to anyone touching them or moving them or placing them, other than those related to the search effort?
Correct. As soon as we found anything deemed as evidence, we stopped our search efforts until they were documented by Lieutenant Tully.
Cool.
And in reference to your search efforts, what, if anything, of evidentiary value did you and your team focus?
I found multiple pieces of red and clear taillight.
Uh-huh.
And where were they in relation to sort of the grid or the area that you had set?
They were on the street in between the flagpole and the fire hydrant.
Uh-huh.
And sir, in addition to the pieces of red and clear plastic taillight that you covered, you know approximately how many pieces of that you were able to locate on that thing?
I believe maybe 6 or 7 pieces.
What? 6 or 7 pieces you found of the supposed 42 pieces of taillight that the state says they've recovered. So let me make sure I've got this straight. You, the super search expert, the guy who's been to all the classes and all the training, probably wrote the manual and all the rest of it. You've got this wonderful grid search where people are walking, they're shoulder to shoulder, doing a methodical grid search using all the training and experience that you've had and you've built up over time. All that training and experience that you've had. And you discovered 6, maybe 7 pieces of taillights of the supposed 42 that were there at the crime scene. So that's a rate of about 15%. The super duper CERT team, with all their training and all their knowledge, they apparently, according to them, had a success rate at 15%. Wow. I'm really feeling super confident by the super duper trained specialist CERT team that is there, led by this guy on behalf of the state police of Massachusetts.